Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So I need to get some crafting done, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Not long ago, I was fortunate enough to have a mention in the Tracy Fox magazine, the Foxy Rag. Now I have downloaded the 4 copies of the Foxy Rag that are out so far, but I haven't actually used any of the printables in them yet. Now, if you go and have a look at all the magazines, they're a digital online magazine. You might not know how many printables you actually get in there and what they are like. And I was just amazed when I had a look through them at the diversity and just how cool they are. A lot of them are vintage, which are lovely. So I thought I'll show you some of the printables that came out of Foxy Rag number 4. I want to go through and do things with all of them, but I thought I'd start with this one. Now, my printer did have a bit of a problem last night, so I ended up with a lot of pages with this, but fortunately it didn't contaminate many of the pictures, so I'm still going to use these pages. So this magazine, I think, is produced by Tracy Fox and Justin, and they do an awesome job. And what I really like is that she uses different fonts and writes little bits and little titles, so you can cut these out and use them as well, which is really cool. And there's a bit of information down the bottom about the mid-1800 bathing suits and that, which is quite fascinating. So this one's Beach Days. Now these are in, and they're not in the same order as what they come in the magazine. I just printed them out, put them all over the place to dry, and then put them together. So, but yeah, it's really cool with all the ladies in their swimming suits. And then there's Dapper Dudes, the diversity of Victorian masculinity. And again, it's got words there that you can use to add to your tags or whatever you make. And it's just so cool because the amount of ephemera I can make out of just those couple of pages, let alone the rest of this. Now this page got a bit messed up, so I might have to reprint this one. It's a pocket ephemera folder, so it's got the cover. It's got a couple of pockets, it looks like, on this page that would go nicely with it. And then you've got all this ephemera that you can put in it or decorate it with, or do whatever you like with, which is what I'm going to do today. A bit of whatever I like. But the colours are gorgeous on those, and heaps of ephemera, and again, the words. Then there's advertisements, and I love the colour on them, that they look nice and vintage as well. And there's a couple of pages of those. And it's that one, Vickery. The vanity case, garden ornaments. I love looking at old advertisements and then finding ones that might go in specific journal themes. So the garden ornaments, I'd put in a nice garden journal. And this is a trifold. Or you could just cut them out individually as really long tags as well. So just beautiful. And this page is a wonderful woodland. Again, got some words that we can use. Beautiful tags. And this one's Never Forget with the forget-me-nots. So that'd make a really nice cover or a page in a journal. This one has some vintage typewriters. Looks like most of it's about typing. So cool though. It's really hard to come across this sort of stuff otherwise. So. And then the last page I printed out was this Hallmarks on Silver Plate, London. So it has all these letters, and it says that this page is perfect for letters. It can be used in all kinds of collage and paper craft. So yeah, you could cut the letters out individually and use them, or have it as a background, or rip it up for your collaging. So that's really cool. So in our group, we have a challenge at the moment, the groupie challenge, to make some mixed media index cards. So what I did was I used my gelatos on some index cards just to get some background colour. And today I want to work on this blue one. So I gessoed these and then used gelato over the top. Still need some practice, but it was good fun anyway. Now also I showed how I cut out, printed, and then I cut out a whole heap of Tracy Fox's printables that were in the Foxy Rag issue 4. So, and I thought, well, why not utilise some of these for my index card? I do have ideas with some of the other bits that I want to use here and there in the future as well. So I have this beautiful, it's like a little tea card with the bluebird on it. Now my printer spewed forth a whole lot of black ink onto all of my printouts, but most of it didn't get the pictures except for this one. But I don't want to waste that anyway, and I kind of like the look of it, so I'm going to use that on my index card. So, and then I might use this piece, which is this Forget-Me-Not. Might use some of that, and maybe even the word as well, or even the Never Forget up there would be all right too. So I don't quite know what I'm doing, but something like that. So first, I think I want to, it's a good question actually. No, I want that there, and I'm thinking of inking around it. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I've got this chipped sapphire distress ink. I think that'll go all right with things. We'll just see how we go with the other bits and pieces first. Now with this, I'm thinking of ripping a bit of it off to put maybe in the top corner or something. So, but firstly, I love how Tracy has the words that she's put around that we can use as well. So I'm going to cut them down so I can use them. And even the Never Forget. So just cut those bits off so I don't rip them. And I think I'm just going to rough cut, hang on, cut the bottom off because I reckon I'll use that bottom strip for some collaging. And I'm not sure if I want to rip it or cut it. Everything else, well, I'll probably rip the flower. Maybe we'll just rip it. Just rip it. My brain is not functioning well today, if you haven't been able to tell already. We might ink around that as well. Now, I want to find a bit of a Forget-Me-Not flower and figure out which way we're going to do this. So I'm going to cut the top piece off so I can use it in collaging as well. And then I'm going to rip some of this off. Now, I also have these paper laces, and I have a massive collection of washi tape. I'm just trying to see what might go. I've been wanting to use this stuff up for a while. So let me just have a look at what this is like. It's not too bad poking out under there, is it? I'm just going to stick this on there for starters. I'm trying to find something to use here. So I just cooked up a big soup. It's almost like a minestrone. It's got beans and tomato paste and all the veggies. But I did a pile of bacon in it as well for some flavour. So that was nice to have for lunch. Did it in some chicken stock. Now, I want to do some stamping as well. I had some advertisements that I took out of a book. I'm wondering if they would look good on you, but I'll never find them again. Although there is this. Been harvesting a whole lot of encyclopedias and taking out bits of interest. Paul Richard 1733 Almanac. Let's just cut a bit of this out. Do like that. Now I'm going to wash these as well. Kind of like this one for some reason. Let's just have a little play with it. Just ripping it. Alright, might put that down. Haven't even got my gluey scissors in here. Yes, I have. Okay. I do have a leftover piece here. Maybe I should put that up the top just so I don't waste it. Oh, that's right. I've got to decorate the back as well. Almost forgot. Although I'll do really simple decoration on the back. Not that my decoration on the front is not simple. Okay, might ink around poor Richard. And then I might stick him down. Still not sure about my flowers at this point. And now I'm debating whether I want to use a different part of the, maybe fussy cut them. We can try anyway, it doesn't hurt to try. So I'm just going to fussy cut this bit out as much as I can. Okay, so I have finished fussy cutting out my forget-me-nots. Bit of a rough job, but that's all right, it'll do. So what I might do is just, it's a bit fiddly to try and ink, but I'm just going to go around it with my ink a little bit, just around the flowers mainly. Just try and colour up some of the whitish bits. That will do. All right. Now, next thing I want to do is a little bit of stamping. So I've got my archival ink. I'm hoping that that goes okay over the top of my gelato. I was going to use my stays on, but I like the look of the archival ink better. Was looking for, I've got a big stamp block somewhere and I cannot find it. So this is going to have to do because I do want, yeah, the whole stamp length on there. And I should make sure it's not upside down and that, which it probably is. I think that's right. So I put it about like that, I reckon. I'm going to stay on there. We'll see how we go. So I'll just ink this up. That will do. It'll probably fall out off and make a big mess now. I shouldn't jinx myself. All right, let's do it there, just as it starts falling off. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect anyway. That'll do. Okay, so I've still got to put our birdie down. Figure out placement. I kind of like it. It's getting hooked on everything. I like it sort of. And I don't think I like this anymore. Could be the lace. Which I could cut off. Always the way, isn't it? Although we're going to have to cut. Let's just see what we can do. I'm cutting the paper underneath, but that's all right. We'll just ink it up. No one will know. only the people watching me. Still don't know if I like it, so we'll ponder that. Probably do with something underneath it. So, which I do have a thought for as well. Scrap fabric. Got that. Might be something in there. I'm making a big mess of my desk now, aren't I? Get it out. Don't know if it's quite big enough. Oh yeah, it is. Got this stuff. Kind of like the look of that. So I would need to rip it down a bit. Almost got it where I need it. Okay. I do like it better with that backing on it, I think. That might be the right way. Anyway, let's put it on there. Get our bird down. And then our flower, I think, will be safest with some glue stick for that. Let's see how we go. Just placement for this now that I'm going to argue in my head about. I think probably about there. Now, last thing I want to do is I think I'll ink around the edges. I don't know how well the ink will stay on that washi tape though, but that's all right. We'll give it a go. Too light that. All right, might leave it as that. So I bumbled around a bit, but we got there in the end. I just remembered we haven't done anything on the back, have we? Because I'm good like that. Now, I did have an idea for the back, so I'll let that dry while I find my stencils, I think. When all else fails, just stencil on the back, that's what I reckon. But I think that way you can still write over it. So now I've just got to find one that I think is appropriate. Have some leaves here. Or geometric shapes. Okay, I'm going to use the leaves just because I've got them already. So that's the right side up there. That fits pretty good, doesn't it? So that looks all right. Now I've just got to do a bit down the bottom. And then still leave some journaling space there. And I'll just ink around the edge again. Just want to cut down where I haven't cut the washi very well, just down here. There. Okay, I'm going to leave that as is. So there is an index card finished for my challenge. I do have some more to do, but I thought if I don't just get one done, never get things done. And it was great to use some of Tracy's printables out of the Foxy Rag because they're awesome. Yes, I've still got a whole heap of these that I can use in other projects. I did also cut out the little ephemera booklet that's in that issue as well, and I want to do something with that next, and probably the other little birdie that I've got there. So keep an eye out for that. So take care of yourselves, have some fun, hope you get some crafting done, and I will see you soon. Bye.